late, you guys. My
What?
prickly pear tea.
Prickly pear tea.
My dad.
That's hilarious.
We don't. What is your monster pipeline punch? And it's got
Your dad forgot that we don't teach what?
Speak of the devil.
Oh, really? That's funny. Oh, because does Anna usually drop you off? And he did today. Gotcha.
This first time.
Yep, Nathan is here.
Yep.
Look, now the house is a home. 2 boys, 3 girls, I guess. Technically.
Oh. Yeah, didn't your sister also get married or something?
Yeah, they got married the first.
Yeah, I remember you talking about a piano player. We all collectively thought you said funeral for some reason. So we were all like, oh, that's a great story about Nathan. But we heard wrong. Verify it's you, Sean.
Yeah, he definitely danced.
Yo, I figured out his passwords. Dot.
But if I watch it and type it on the keyboard, I can figure it out.
She thinks she's talented. Look at her. Look at her little talented face.
My sister.
So what are you taking at Grace this year?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, okay.
Debate.
Self-defense.
Self-defense.
Debate and.
All right, machine. Sometime this century.
And sign language.
Okay, who's going to Grace?
Liv is going to Grace. I think it is Nathan's in Grace too, aren't you?
Oh, I'm not that good at reading sign language, but.
That's great.
Do it again.
It's a Friday thing. It's
Did you say my name is?
It's a homeschool group, and it's like a fun activity.
I read my name.
You guys know how to read.
Hey, no, the Daniel Hook goes to that. So
I see. I see.
what did you say?
You know that, and I can't. I'm
All right,
not.
forget
Daniel
that.
Hogard goes to the same classroom.
Daniel does go to Grace, and so does Nate, his brother. Okay, so that's not going through, right? So I'm gonna just tell you the things, and I'm gonna describe the graphs, and we're gonna move on with our life. So number 12.
Mr. Sean, I can't hear or see your screen for the math.
That's weird. It muted me for some reason. Sorry. Okay, so going backwards, I'm doing the answered stuff. 12 was H is greater than 64. 14 is G is greater than or equal to 4.1. 16 is X is less than 1.25.
Hey.
18 is Z is less than 6 1/3. Excuse me. 20 is B is less than or equal to 4. 22 is T is less than 2 1/2. 24 is where am I? What am I saying? 24 is that when you set it up, it would be 3 times M is greater than or equal to 15. And when you solve it, you end up with at least 5 miles per hour as your final answer. 26 is Y is less than or equal to -7. 28 is P is greater than 1.5. 30 is T is greater than or equal to 6. 32 is somewhere. What?
That's all I got to.
Okay. 32 is either is M is less than or equal to -1 1/20.
Yay.
34 is X is less than -12. 36 is A is greater than or equal to 1 1/4. 38, you start out with the equation 809,300 is greater than or equal to X minus 16. And then when you, what does that say? Hold on. Oh, not 16, 16,700. That makes more sense, huh? And then when you solve it, you end up with X is less than or equal to 826,000. You've got mail. That sounded like Discord, actually.
Guys, Discord.
I don't know why it's even doing that. Discord isn't even open, but that's fine. Probably a background process. All right. I was on what? 40, right? 40 is B is greater than or equal to -4.1. 42, what did we go through? 40, 50. 42 is D is less than -28.
You're on 41.
We didn't do 41. Evens. 41 is C is less than or equal to -21. 44 is F is less than 6.9. 46 is Y is less than or equal to -28.8. 48 is 7 plus N is less than or equal to 24. And then when you solve it, you end up with N is less than or equal to 17. And finally, 50 is, the equation is 18 is greater than or equal to -6N. And then when you solve it, you end up with N is greater than or equal to -3. So what questions do y'all have over those?
Need to know about the last two.
The last two, so 48 and 50. Okay.
And then
I
if y'all have Khan Academy, and are confused about anything, go on there, because that has a good explanation of anything with inequalities.
Yeah, Khan Academy's got some good stuff. Some of it's better than others, but eventually, but it's called Ember Learning Labs. Okay. So we're looking at we're looking at page. Cody, can you see my screen?
Carl.
I will assume. What?
Yes, I can.
Okay, good. Page 247, number 48. All right, so these are just like when we translated the equations. They're the exact same thing, except with an inequality, right? Instead of an equals. So number 48 says 7 more than a number is at most 24, right? So what does more than mean? Put it up. Whole thing, earbuds too. All the earbuds. All the earbuds. Yep. You focus better without it. Whatever you might think, you focus better without it. Okay, what was I saying? What's more than mean? That's a good thought, but no, what did it mean back when we were doing equations? Add. Yeah, but the than means put it at the end, remember? So for that first bit, it would be 7 more than a number. So n plus 7. Okay. Is at most 24. So that's where we get our inequality. So what this is saying is that the biggest that this can be is 24. So this has got to stay less than or equal to 24. that make sense, everybody's?
Or we try to
Yeah, well, that's the first part we're trying to find. Now we gotta solve it. So what are we gonna do to solve it?
Subtract the 7.
We are gonna subtract the 7. So n is less than or equal to what?
17.
17, yeah.
Yeah.
You were right.
Oh, I was like.
You're second guessing yourself when you did it perfectly, goober. There we go.
That was a lot easier than I thought it was. I made it complicated.
Okay, you did. That makes sense?
Yes.
Okay, good. Let's look at number 15, just to be sure that we're sure. Okay, number 50 says 18 is at least the product of 6 and a number. So, excuse me, 18 is at least, that's our inequality part, right? So 18 is at least. So we're going to be greater than, or we're going to do less than? Is the number going to get bigger or smaller than 18? Smaller than 18. Oops. Product of -6 and a number. So what's that one going to be? Times. -6n. And then when we solve it, we divide by -6. And we end up with n is greater. Oh, hold on. Let me do this in 2 steps because there's 2 things that are about to happen. What happens when we multiply or divide by a negative on an inequality? Our answer, well, our number is going to be negative, but that's not what I'm asking. When we divide both sides by an inequality by a negative or multiply them by a negative, what happens to the inequality symbol? Do y'all remember from the other day?
It flips.
It does flip. It absolutely flips. So this ends up becoming -3 is less than or equal to n, right? Now, with equations, it doesn't matter as much, but with inequalities, we really, really want to write our answer with the variable on the left and the number on the right, because it's easier to go to graph it after that if we do that. So when we flip it around, remember, we got to flip everything around. So it's going to turn into n is greater than or equal to -3. Does that make sense to everybody's? Any questions on those? Okay. Any other questions on your homework stuffs?
Can we do number 32?
We sure can. 32. Same page. Number 32. Okay. Number 32 was 3/4 is less than or equal to -5/7 times m. So what are we going to do to simplify that?
Do we do plus 5/7 on both sides?
You're both wrong. Okay. So, yeah, we are. But, so how is that 5/7 attached to the m? Is it added, subtracted, multiplied, or divided? It's multiplied. So how do we get rid of it? Divide. Now, how do you divide fractions, though?
You have to make them a whole number?
No, we don't have to make them a whole number. We can't do that. That's right. We multiply by the reciprocal. So we're going to multiply both sides by -7/5. You may, you may. Absolutely.
All morning. Now you can feel it. It
Oh my
hurts.
God, why did you wait from this morning?
Because I've been trying to get it out. I can't see anything.
Oh, no.
She said she stuck with the contact in.
Oh, that's the worst.
I don't know if I actually heard right, so I don't know. I can't
My
speak
dad
for the
used to do
truth.
that all the time. He sleep with contacts in. 'cause he
Hard or
was-
soft? Soft probably, right?
Yes,
But
but
still,
like days on end, not the dailies, like that. He'd sleep with like his contacts because he was so worried about waking up and like somebody being in the house and he could.
oh, yeah, yeah,
He'd like fall asleep with his contacts on.
craziness.
And get eye. He'd do it after like a dusty day too of being outside. So then he'd get all these like crazy eye infections and have to wear an eye patch. It was-
Oh, so,
Okay, so what should we do now?
multi-div set.
Yeah, so what is negative 7/5 times 3/4?
-21.
21 over 20.
Yep, negative 21/25 is greater than or equal to m, right? Because-
You mean, wait. Yeah, it's 20.
Oh, it is 20. You're right. You said 25th. You said 25. You said 20.
I said 20th.
That may be true. I think y'all are both lying to me
No, we said
Why
20.
is that zero?
because it decided to try to fix it for me. So negative 21/20. So there's two things we need to do to finish out this problem. What's one of them?
Reduce.
Reduce if possible. We can't reduce. It doesn't reduce, but we do
I
need to
mean-
come to a mixed number. So we're going to do
I mean,
20
mixed number.
into 21 goes once. So it's 1
1.
and 1/20. So that's one of the things that we need to do. What's the other thing that we need to do? We need to flip it all around with the m over here. It's going to be not going to be that.
No, so I can write it down. Get the
I know, I got you.
Take it.
Is it still
I
negative?
understood what you were, it's gonna be solving
Is it
multi-step
still
equations and
negative?
inequalities. It is still negative, yes.
And is it like less than?
5.
Sorry.
You know, you have your book like right there. You could look.
Oh, that's a good.
Wait, it goes together.
Is it unit or?
It is unit, well, chapter 5, lesson 5. 1 and 1/20. What time is it? 2:36. All right. I bet we can take one or more if we need to. So do y'all have any other questions? You know what else lesson 5 is? It's the last lesson in this unit. You know what that means? We're gonna take a test very soon. 2 months.
Yes, that's a great idea.
And people all go 100.
I don't think that's gonna happen, man.
And then
When do we take our test?
It'll be in a couple, it'll be, so probably, if we finish this next lesson today, which I think we probably will. But if we don't, then everything will probably shift back by a day. But assuming we finish this next lesson today, then we'll finish that lesson. We'll do that homework, then we will review on Tuesday, and then we will take the test on Thursday. If
When
everything
do
goes-
we end,
What?
when do we end this class?
What time? Like,
No, when is class?
oh,
No,
when
when
is
do we
like what,
end
or what time or what day? What are you asking?
What day is class over?
When do we end the class for like the whole year?
In May.
Semester, when you mean the semester.
I don't remember which date
Okay.
in particular, but in May.
I got it.
Good. I'm glad you're alive.
What was it? Contact?
Okay.
It's on top of my eyelid and it just finally came out.
Well, there you go.
Wait, lesson, multi-step equation.
All right.
Did we do that already? Didn't we do that?
no, we did solving.
Swear we did that already.
We did 2-step.
What are all the people who are missing gonna do for the test?
What do you mean, what are they gonna do for the test?
What did I miss? Like 2 last ones.
They are gonna watch the videos and do the homework and take the test like everybody else.
You have looked at the spider.
If they don't do that, then it's their own dadgum fault.
And then they
True facts.
fail.
They could, I hope not. But
Lesson what?
5.
Do you ever hate that? You feel like there's like dogs crawling over you, even though you're over you.
I've never really experienced that.
Oh, me neither, but I thought that was something that most people experience. The luck.
I feel phantom itches itches
Bugs
sometimes,
crawling
so.
all over my bed pants, and I don't know why.
Did you know
The number, the
that that can be, and I'm not saying it is in this case, in fact, I doubt it is, but that can be a strong indication of drug use.
10.
I don't know.
0.
There are some drugs in particular
I'm not
that
even allowed to
give
have
you paranoia associated with the feeling and thought that bugs are crawling all over you.
I'm not even allowed to buy drugs.
Because reasons, probably, right?
Yes.
Because what?
Reasons.
I'm not allowed to have anything. I'm not even allowed to have matchy hours. I can have scissors.
Skizzes. All right, so we're gonna start lesson 5.
What am I gonna do with baby scissors? Those can't do anything.
Yeah.
I think even baby scissors.
No, I can't even have a baby scissors.
Is multi-step.
Multi-step. Multivitamins.
Surprised I'm still allowed to have school lit. I'm not allowed to have a nail file. Why?
I thought you were writing notes. Write notes.
Because. Yes.
Because
I don't feel something because.
you got excited.
Why are you not?
Oh, are you talking about your conversation still, or you hadn't moved into mine yet? I see. Yeah, then because it's fine.
Why are you not allowed to have a file?
Because she already said because. Why are you still asking the same questions?
I need answers to their file. Because.
It's a perfectly valid answer. You're asking a personal question. Nobody ever has to answer a personal question. Facts.
True.
Math is a personal question. The answer is because.
No. No. Okay, so we're gonna jump into examples. Are you ready?
No. That looks like a G, sorry.
Do it quickly, because I'm not gonna wait very long. You can all remember that you can always pretty it up after.
I'm not gonna have the motivation to do that, so.
That is a you problem. Okay,
Yeah. Those are really good.
example number 1.
I'm ready now, look at that.
Good job.
Should we just give this away a few seconds? John?
You can number your problems however you want. So sure, Nathan, go ahead.
Example number.
3 times the quantity D plus 2
That's a D, oh.
equals 12. All right. So our goal is the same as every other equation that we've ever done. We've got to solve for D, and what we mean by that is we mean get D by itself and everything else on the other side, right? So what are we going to do? There are 2 different ways to solve this. In fact, we're going to go ahead and do this one twice, and I actually want you to write both ways down. Because there's one way to do this problem where it is just a 2-step problem. But we're going to start with the way Nathan suggested, which is a 3-step problem.
Never more how I wanted my music.
You don't need it. Take a breath.
Do you?
Multiply the.
So Nathan suggested to do that. Yes. And that's what we're going to do the first way. We're going to do this problem a second way as well. Okay. So what's 3 times D?
3D.
3D.
Oh no.
What's 3 times 2? 6. Okay. So now what are we going to do?
Divide 3.
We could divide the 3. I'm going to recommend now on this problem, it's probably 6 and 1/2 dozen the other because of the numbers that there are. But we're not gonna do it that way because my strong recommendation is to get rid of the addition subtraction first because it's easier usually. Like I say, in this problem, it's not necessarily, but in most problems it is. So we're gonna, yes, so we're gonna subtract the 6 first. And we'll bring down 3D that we didn't touch. Equals 6 minus 12 is 6. Now what are we gonna do?
Divide.
By 3. Sounds great. That was Tony the Tiger. What's 6 divided by 3? 2. Beautiful. Okay. Now let's do this problem a different way. Okay. So we started with 3 times D plus 2 equals 12. Now, that 3 is multiplied times all of this, right? So since it's multiplied times all of that, how can we get rid of it?
Divide.
We could divide both sides by 3.
Such a dainty sigh.
A dainty sigh.
Yeah, yes.
How would you want me to sigh? Is that what would you prefer that? Is there ever a sigh that's not dainty?
Yes.
I mean, what does that sound even sound like?
Sounds like a pimple.
That's an exasperated sigh.
Yes.
Which was not what I was making. You see, there's this different emotion going on in that sigh versus what I was doing. What is 12 divided by 3?
4.
And then we subtract the 2. And we still end up with D equals 2. Okay.
So will this like
That's easy. That one is easier. The second one, I think.
the other? Would it would people, certain teachers count off?
No.
Either way?
Well,
It doesn't really.
surely they wouldn't.
Okay.
There might be some really wacko teacher that would, but
Well, I was just wondering, like, some people
Yeah.
don't like certain ways of doing
yeah,
it.
no, and that's actually a very valid question. And something that's worth noting is that if the problem started out as 3 times D plus 2 minus 4 equals box of something else, doesn't matter, irrelevant. In this case, if we divided by 3, we'd have to divide everything by 3. So that would cancel, but it would end up being 4 over 3 as well. So if there's other
So
junk
if-
over there, you can't just divide it that way, is basically what I'm talking about.
So if we have a number after the parenthesized D and 2, then
Yeah.
we should not do it that way.
Right. Then you would have to do the distributive property like the first way that we did it. Yep.
Oh, okay.
That's right. Correct. All right. Let's let y'all do a couple. So here's y'all's 2 examples that y'all are going to do on your own. So if you are one of the several people who are not currently here and you're watching this on the recording and whatever, after I write the problems on the board, pause the video. Don't cheat.
Oh, I forgot we're recording.
We are in fact recording. Evidence.
Wait, I can pause the video or you're pausing it?
No, you're good. I was talking to the people that will watch this in the future.
Oh, I see.
You won't be able to see it because I'm going to hide it from you. Okay, so here's the first one. 3 equals 4 times x plus 2. And number 3 is 4 times the quantity, b minus 3 is less than or equal to 72. Ready, go.
But if you think about it, every food truck is every.
Are you doing the math problems?
No,
Do the math problems.
but I'm not wrong about that. I am. Well,
That's probably true, but I don't really know. All I heard was the word food truck.
every truck.
Do the math problem. I'm not talking to you about food trucks until you do the math.
So I said, I'm doing that. Every.
Not yet.
Truck is a food truck to a cannibal. Every truck with a person in it.
Yeah, but it's not a legal food truck.
It's not legal, but it is. It's like,
That's a terrible joke.
it's not really a joke.
It's like saying a house is not like a pinata.
It is a joke. It's a dark humor joke. Yes, sir.
So on number 2,
Mhm.
would the 3 or not the 4 disappear after distributing?
Yeah, because you multiplied it.
Sometimes it just. So,
Should we come out with a negative number on number 2?
Yep.
A fraction?
Yep.
Cool.
Somebody at your house is singing.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. It's totally fine. It was just kind of funny.
It's my brother.
Tell him he's gonna be on YouTube later.
Yeah, we're all singers, so
You're all what?
singers.
Oh yeah. All right, Beavis. Or is it Butthead?
Is it? Oh, that's wrong. I thought it was Beavis.
I don't know. I've not ever actually seen it. I can only imagine. That's a crummy song. I like Mercy Me, but that's a crummy song.
Yeah. See, the thought is good, but it's just.
No, I'd be listening to some great music right now. Our lovely teacher would allow us to. Whoa.
Yeah.
number 2 a fraction.
Yeah,
Okay.
it does in fact come out to be a fraction.
I didn't get a fraction either one, so I'm just gonna wait for you and
Okay.
see what I did wrong.
Sounds fine. The second one doesn't come out to be a fraction. All right, let's reveal the board, shall we?
Yes, please.
Yes, sir.
You didn't even try them.
I'm not done.
Next time you don't try them, I'm gonna make you do them your own way on the whiteboard. You might think I'm kidding, but I'm not. Okay, there you go.
Oh.
And let's see, for the folks playing along at home, Blammo.
Let me do this.
Yay! Oh wait, no.
Okay, so check your work. See where your mistakes were.
E.
I was about to ask why this makes sense, but then I realized that it's math. And you're the math teacher.
What?
What?
What if my thing looks like this? Hold on. Can you see it? I can't see my screen.
Your finger
Copy.
over your
Your
cap.
finger
Um,
away.
how do I make you big without?
Hey, go back. Hey,
Let's see
Out
that.
of context.
Which number is that?
Number 3, this one right here.
If it looks like that, then you did it wrong. That's what.
Okay.
That's what. Let's see. So you distributed the 4, right? Is that what you did?
Yes,
So
I'm
you
seeing
ended up with I know what you did. What's 4 times -3?
4 times -3 is 12, right? -12.
It's -12. So that's
think-
where your mistake was.
But is it the 4 bigger than the 3? That's why I thought it was the 12.
That rule is only for addition and subtraction, not multiplication and division.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. So did you figure out where you or do we need to look at yours real quick?
I figured it out.
The other context.
Did you figure out where you?
Does it?
Good.
I actually did it. Wall. So I did like divide.
Guys, hush.
I didn't divide it all together, which would have been easier for this specific problem.
So when you distribute it, what did you ended up with?
I got x plus 2 equals 3 and b minus 3.
You ended up with, okay, back up. You ended up with x.
Plus 2 equals 3.
Where'd the 4 go?
I have no idea.
Okay, you just disappeared. Strange magic. Gotcha. So yeah, so if you had distributed the 4, you would have ended up with 4x equals 8. And then you would have subtracted whatever else. So you just poofed it somehow. Gotcha. Okay. All right. Do these make sense though?
Yes.
Okay. Let's do another example. Here we go. Let's do a harder one. Yay.
Yay.
So much happiness.
What did I do to deserve your torture?
Me.
Signed up for my class. Okay.
What?
Let's do, what is this, example number 4? I don't feel like I want to know whatever you two are joking about, but
Oh, they implied something on accident.
didn't he imply something on accident the other day? I feel like Nathan should think before he speaks. Oh, that was you. Oh, but you both should then. All right, 4 times quantity x plus 5 equals 3 times quantity of 2x plus 4.
I thought it was Garrett that made the joke last time. No, it was me.
That would be a very Garrett thing to do, but no. Okay, so what should we do now?
You should do the distributive property on the 4.
Sounds great. Let's do it.
Hey, let me.
What's 4 times x?
4x.
4x.
So good at this.
What's 4 times 5?
20.
Doing your.
Y'all are dorks. What's 3 times 2x?
6x.
6x plus 12, right?
Yeah.
Now what should we do?
Now we should do minus 20.
I should subtract 20 is what I heard. What are you saying?
Would you do minus 4x after that?
That would be one way. Let's do this one and then see what happens. So we've got 4x left over here equals 6x. Excuse me. What's 12 minus 20? -8. Now what?
Subtract 3 or add 8.
Add 8, he says. Let's do it. So 4x plus
You-
8 equals
but-
6x. Now
Are
what?
you
I'm hurting. It's like an infinite loop.
Okay, so that's probably not the direction we should go. What should we do now?
4x minus 4x on
Sure.
both?
minus 4x minus 4x. Gosh, excuse me.
Oh, look at that, it's almost 30.
So that leaves us with 2x equals 8.
Yes, it does. Now what should we do?
Divide
By
2. And then our answer is x equals 4.
yes, it is.
So.
Cotton getting from my life.
Fancy oval.
Such a cool ellipse. What?
That was so good, Carl.
That's so good.
Carl.
Oh,
Carl is a raccoon.
Carl is so weird and
Carl.
what does that show?
Long hats.
Oh,
5.
I thought you were quoting something else. Do another one together, and then y'all can do a few on your own, and then I'll assign some homework, and then you could leave. Okay. Oh, we need to do both of these. Yes, together. So we're gonna do 3y. Excuse me, 3 times the quantity of y minus 5 plus 25 equals 3y plus 10.
What?
Equals 3y plus 10, not complicated. What should we do now?
Distribute.
Distribute the 3. 3 times y is 3y. 3 times negative 5 is
-15.
negative 15.
Oh, yeah. No, don't quote me on that.
Why not?
I don't want to.
Okay.
I don't want to.
Now what?
Minus 25.
Sure.
Or maybe plus 15.
Nope, you already said it. This is the route we're going.
And then that's 15, that's 15, that's 15.
3y minus 15 equals 3y. 10 minus, where are you lost, girl?
I just stopped writing things down for a second and then I looked back up and there was a bunch of stuff.
Oh no, something has happened.
These notes are absolutely trashy. Like,
Okay,
I'm back looking at this and it is blowing my mind.
What now?
Plus 15.
Plus 15. Sounds great.
Look how bad these look.
2 birds with 1 stone.
And then it just leaves us with 6y.
3y equals 3y, right?
So then 1 y equal 1.
Now what?
Divide by 3.
Sure.
So would it just be 1?
And
The
then
answer would just be 1?
The answer isn't 1.
1 y?
The answer isn't 1y either.
Is it 0?
It's just y?
And then we got to get the y off of this side. So let's subtract y from both sides.
0 equals 0.
What's y minus y?
0.
0. So we end up with 0 equals 0. Put a pin in it. Let's do this one right next to it.
That's cool.
Okay. This next example is going to be negative 5s minus 14 equals 2 times, excuse me, 2s plus 3, close parentheses, minus 9s. So what should we do first over here?
Distributive property.
Sounds great. Distribute the 2. So bring down our minus 5s minus 14 equals, what's 2 times 2s?
4s.
4s. 2 times 3 is, so plus 6 minus 9s. Now what should we do?
Add
Add 5.
4s to the.
Add 5 or 5s? Sure, 5s. Sounds fine. Plus 5s. Plus 5s. Bam. Bring down our negative 14 equals 4s plus 6 minus 9s plus 5s. What now?
Why do we have another 9 on?
It's from this one. It's just dropped on down.
We added the plus 5.
Yeah, right here.
Supposed to add,
I hate tan.
I know the answer.
but why do we not add the 9 and the 5 together to make it like,
I bet that would be our next step. How does that sound?
Good.
How about we combine all of these like terms?
yes,
So what's 4 minus 9 plus 5?
0.
0s.
Yes. The answer is 0.
0
6 equals minus 14.
plus 6 equals negative 14. Now what?
Add plus
What's 0 plus 6?
plus 4,
6.
oh, minus 6.
0 plus 6. 6.
Oh, 6.
Negative 14 equals 6. Now, so we have two types of problems. These are two types of problems where the variable disappeared. It poofed. And it was even supposed to. It wasn't accidental. It was not whatever else. It disappeared all on its own. And we didn't make any
Are
mistakes.
you getting me bad grades for these notes?
No,
Because these are absolutely horrible.
you're feeling that way more than I am. Now, so there are two different types of answers. One where the solution comes out to be true, like this one. 0 does in fact equal 0.
Oh my God.
Or we can get something where it comes out to be false. Negative 14 does not in fact equal 6.
Mr.
So
Sean,
these are two different answers. So number 5, the answer to number 5 is all real numbers.
so Mr. Sean, on example number 5, if you wrote that answer as just 0, would it be wrong, like half wrong?
Yes. Yes, it would definitely be wrong because the answer is not 0, although 0 is one of the answers. But what
Okay.
this means is we could put literally any number in for y. You could put 5, you could put negative 6, you could put 5,280, you could put pi in there, you could put e, you could put square root of 5. We could put anything in there and it would come out to be a true statement. So we can put any number in that one. The answer to this one is no solution.
That's what I think there was an answer on like that on the test.
Oh, really?
The last test, yeah.
Really?
I was working it out the other day and it came out nothing.
Came
It
out.
was like,
Something is not right here. Okay. So that one gives us no solution, which means we can't put any number in there and have it work. And that problem will never work. Never, ever, never. Okay.
So our answer for that one would just be 14 equals 6.
That would be what? Now, what now?
For example 6, our answer would just be negative 14 equals 6.
No, our answer would be no solution. Our answer would be that all of those words, guys, hush, whatever the heck you're talking about, whatever's causing you to be red-faced, hush. I don't want to know. He did make a funny joke a minute ago about it would never ever work, and he said just like my relationship, which was funny. Okay, I don't want to know beyond that. Okay, time is it? Good. We've got enough time for y'all to do a couple by yourself. So here is example number 7. Y'all can do. And we're going to make it be 2p plus 5 is greater than or equal to 3 times the quantity p minus 6.
Sorry.
Number 8
That was a yawn, not a sigh.
is going to be 14
Oh, my contacts.
plus 8w equals 4 times the quantity 8 plus 2W.
I think Mr.
Do the math or I'm gonna make you do it on the board.
So with the first problem,
Yes, ma'am.
you can flip it, right? Like if say I'm doing it the other way where you distribute it. So 3 will be at the.
That is how you would do it.
And 3P will be at the front of the problem either way.
3P.
Or like when you do the distributive property.
Well, you'd want to leave it on the right and then move it over in a minute by subtracting. Does that make sense? So you distribute that and then you would subtract by 3P on your next step.
Okay.
Oh, look, I can pause the recording. That's what I should have done earlier.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Sean.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
You should change.
Bye.
I don't really have control of that, I don't think.
I know you do, because that's what.
I know you do, but what am I? Oh, wait, what?
That doesn't make any sense.
There's your homework. There's your problems. Those of you who are watching the recording, have a nice life. I'll see you later, hopefully on Tuesday.